Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues. We are commencing our third industry conference of Sophistic. My name is Alexander Kusev, and I will be with you the whole day. You can ask questions and get answers. Some organizational aspects. I will invite Boris Vorobyev from Petrostroy Sistema. Good morning, esteemed colleagues. PSS is an engineering and implementation company that operates in all CIS countries, and we are happy to welcome you in this room and at this conference, international conference, about structural analysis and geotechnical studies in BIM. Our company is involved in consulting projects for information modeling in various industries, industry structures and plants, for instance, for Rosatom and transportation projects in Moscow, all sorts of roads and interchanges, and of course buildings and residential buildings. Since we are involved in BIM, today we will discuss the finite element analysis from the viewpoint of BIM and Sophistic, I must say, as opposed to some post-Soviet products, is unique and is designed for thinking engineers who want to know more about how structures work and striving for better solutions and optimal structures. We all are conscious of our responsibilities before future generations, because the structures and buildings we create will stay for long times and will serve future generations. And besides, design and analysis software has a lot to do with technology of design and analysis and engineering in total. And 2 days ago, we received a letter from a country, from one of the CIS countries. An engineer wrote to us that he was looking for a software product that would enable him to improve and to solve seismic problems on a world-class level. And he heard about Sophistic. And he had the idea that Sophistic was some rocket science or some top-notch product. And I was very pleased that this engineer considered Sophistic a very high-level product compared to products used by our engineers on a day-to-day basis. And if you're ready to embrace, we will start our flight into space. We will start our conference about this rocket science. I would like to remind you that Petrostroy Sistema and Sophistic have organized this conference, and now I would like to give the floor to Mr. Sergey Chizhov, member of the board of the Committee of the National Association of Designers. Good morning, dear friends. And in the name of designers and engineers of our associations, I would like to welcome you at this third international conference for structural analysis. Today, we in the Russian Federation are on the brink of a new era in terms of engineering. Our president, Mr. Putin, set very specific goals with regard to digitalization and informatization of city building and Those tasks are being researched and developed in our governmental structures, and our government understands that without that informational technologies are the key to an efficient economy and to building industry, especially for residential buildings and cities. And in order to resolve the issues we are facing now, and in order to embrace the opportunities of modeling and modeling structures and simulating their operation under certain conditions. And here I speak about very unique buildings and nuclear power plants and bridges and interchanges.
Именно такой подход в
This approach,
совокупности с обучением
combined
специалистов со
with
студенческой скамьи,
training,
конечно,
starting from
позволит
training of students,
выстроить
will
эффективную
enable
экономику.
us to
Вы
build
знаете, умные
a very
всегда
efficient
немножко
economy.
впереди.
Smart people
И вот
are
сегодня здесь
always
тоже проходит круглый стол
pioneers, innovators.
профавтодора,
Close
посвященный
to
развитию
us,
стратегии
there is a
дорожной
workshop of
области.
Avtodor, the
Я
Russian
без ложной
transportation
скромности могу сказать,
agency,
что вот
and
стратегия
they are
начинается
discussing the
здесь
strategy of
и
improving
сейчас
these.
в решении конкретных вопросов.
And it's
И, конечно, я
now
хочу
we see
пожелать
examples
вам
of how people
успехов
start to
в этой работе.
discuss very
И,
specific
ну
and
что тут не
practical
говорить, нас
issues.
вызвали
And we need to be
поставить
persistent,
цели, потому
and
что
we need
есть
to be
такое
very
понятие в
smart on
России —
achieving our
внедрение.
goals. Because we in
Дело в
Russia
том, технология. Что такое внедрение? Когда
have the
что-то
saying of
внедряется, какой-то
implementing
инструмент, какой-то
innovations,
регион, это
implementing new
внедрение. И
technologies.
это
And
нормально.
this implementation,
Успехов.
a part
Спасибо.
of that implementation, is some resistance.
Спасибо большое.
We need to embrace the
Я так
change.
понимаю,
I
нам
wish you
будет
all
помогать.
success.